What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? It's the 14th day of February. Happy Valentine's Day to all the dragon lovers out there. 561 is the price. We got about 1 day and let's call it 10 hours, 20 minutes left, right? We're at 10 hours, 20 minutes left in this day. 1 day, 10 hours, 20 minutes left in the week. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into it, okay? So here we are, moving up. Yesterday, we made the right call, thankfully, right? At first, I was looking at this chart, still thinking the bearish stuff because I was bearish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin got a little bit of a pop, too. Bitcoin got a little bit of a pop, and I think that's why a good bit of the market popped yesterday. But Bitcoin Cash's pop is a little bit different here. Okay, Bitcoin, let's compare them. On a daily time frame, Bitcoin's still in its consolidation range. We're on the USDT chart right here. This is the highest volume chart for Bitcoin in the crypto space. Out of any exchange, below average volume happened. Okay, below average volume, no breakout, nothing. Bitcoin Cash broke out. It broke out. It's actually now where it was back on the 25th of January. It's at the same price here that it was at the low points on the 25th of January. To put that in reference, Bitcoin's price on the 25th of January was all the way up here, and Bitcoin's way down here. So we're seeing this BCH, BTC shift happening. The Bitcoin Cash chart is gaining value and dominance versus Bitcoin. It just continues to do so and outperforms it. Again, when you're breaking out here, we got above average volume. Yesterday, Bitcoin moved up a little bit, and it did not break out, and it did not get above average volume. It barely got average, like barely below average, right? Where here you're barely above. You look at the 4-hour time frame, you're breaking out. That's good breakout volume there, right? All the way through. And just for the last, would be 16 hours. For the last day, basically, we've just been moving sideways here. Not a whole lot of volume. It's the weekend now. Now it's Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday. You know, we might see a little bit of volatility. We might see a whole lot of nothing over the weekend, and then Monday, Tuesday comes along and we start to move back up again. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we started to consolidate here like we did here, and we get a similar result coming in next week, and we should be moving up higher. Again, I told you guys that, and I'm telling you now, that a break of this range, a breakout this way, as long as volume comes in, likely will suggest that Bitcoin Cash is moving back above $600 and probably honestly even above these highs here, even above the highs. Now this will be interesting, won't it? This will be really interesting for the Bitcoin Cash community and for the crypto community, because what we have is not just some random coin. This isn't a coin that's in the top 200. This isn't a coin that's in the top 500. This isn't some obscure meme coin or anything like that, right? This is a top 10 coin. It's a top 10 coin by market cap, okay? It's a OG coin. Its Genesis block shares the same block as Bitcoin. BTC and BCH have the exact same Genesis block. Technically, by that definition, it is the oldest crypto that exists. If you don't like that and you want to go off of the hard fork, that's fine. If you want to say that, I think we can nitpick and argue over semantics all damn day if we really want to. But if you want to go off of the hard fork, then at least this crypto has been around since 2017, which makes it an OG in itself. You've been part of 1, 2, 3 bull markets, 1, 2 bear markets. We're in the process of Bitcoin's bear market right now. You might be as well. I don't think that you are. It'll be interesting. The reason why I think that it'll be interesting to get above this high is because Bitcoin Cash will be a top 10 crypto project with lineage, with a name to it, with a story, let's even say, right? And it will be seeing higher highs. It will effectively be in a bull market while Bitcoin's in a bear market. And if you check out the BCH BTC chart, if you have a brain or you're a little bit curious, if you have eyeballs, you don't even need a brain, okay? We don't even need a brain here. If you just have eyeballs and you look at this thing on a monthly basis, you can see that since February of 2025, you've only been moving up versus Bitcoin, of which you're up 25% versus Bitcoin right now. You guys realize that if you swapped your Bitcoins for Bitcoin Cash 1 year ago to this day, from a maybe not even from a low point, let's just go from around this low area, you'd be up about 100%. You'd be up over 100% versus Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin value you have right now, if you put it into Bitcoin Cash a year ago, it would be worth double that. Whatever Bitcoin value you had at the beginning of this month, which was 14 days ago, if you put that into Bitcoin Cash in the beginning of this month, you would be up 25% more. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to mention, I mean, this chart in itself just looks like it's ready to go, right? It's a nice rounded bottom here. You've kind of got this like double bottom look. It's like an Eve and Eve, or Eve and Adam, and it looks like it wants to rip, man. It really, really does. It gives me like pre-Zcash breakout vibes. I don't think, I really don't think that with all these things going for it, that if a top 10 crypto, which has been outperforming Bitcoin and therefore the rest of the crypto market for the past year consistently, it's outperformed everything on the pumps, on the dumps. It's held up better in these terrible times. I have a hard time believing that when this thing breaks out, that it's not going to catch traction. It's not going to catch the attention of anybody who has eyeballs, who's been looking at this fantastic pattern breakout and the target areas that would ensue afterwards. I mean, at a bare minimum, would be above this high here. That high is at about $1,700. So I mean, we're looking at 2K or more, right? And genuinely, I'm thinking that we're going to see probably prices over $3,000. We're at 562 right now. How many cryptos, and there are probably not many, in the top 200 are going to do a move on the lines of like a 6x to a 3x, 5x, would it be 3x? No, we're going to see at least a 4x, if not a 6x, if not a more x than that. How many cryptos are going to see that in the next month or two? Probably not many. Probably not many at all. How many in the top 100? Probably zero. But this thing's going to do it. I mean, I could end the video there, but let's do TA. Okay, that was my sermon. Let's actually get into the TA here. The 1 hour time frame. A little bit of a double top, less volume. You tried here, less volume, so you probably do come down. That's fair. That's fair. We look at this here. We look at this relative low here to this relative high here. Where did you find support? Directly at the 382. Okay, so we'll draw conclusions and assume. And we're not going to take it from the fake out high, but the real high, or the primary high of this move, I should say, the primary high, not the fake out high. 382, the exact same fib level as we found support here between this low and this high. The 382 is at 539. That's fancy, isn't it? That's a fancy little coincidence. It's so fancy. It's very fancy of it to bounce right off the 382, because that line, that 382, is also exactly where prior resistance was. It's right there. Where do we find support? Right here, where we had a little consolidation. We basically moved straight up, but that consolidation zone, that happens to be exactly where we found support. This consolidation zone, we will likely find support at the prior resistance. If we go a little lower, hey, that's okay. Whatever. Bitcoin Cash is not afraid of its 0.5 area, so going to 530, 520, 540 at least, something between 540, 520, I think it's on the menu. Expect that over the next couple of days. It's probable. Look at the 1 hour RSI, very robust, very nice, but you're struggling now and you're rejecting the overbought zone. Come down. Come down. You tried to move up here and it didn't work out, so come down. It's okay. Stochastics. Again though, and I do want to hold myself back from being too bearish. I don't think that it's going to look like this, right? I don't think it's going to look like that. I don't think that it's going to look like this. I think it'll probably, I mean, there's a solid chance that we just kind of move sideways, just like this, and just slowly come down, and then that's how it is. Then it's Monday, and then we start moving up again. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was similar in overall behavior to this, but smaller. That's kind of the call at the moment, okay? Either that or this is a bull trap, and we'll go from there if that happens, but that's not the prediction. 1 hour time frame looks bullish, but it would make sense to cool off a little bit. 4 hour time frame looks bullish. If you cool off, that's fine. Okay. Daily time frame also bullish. Getting overbought in your stochastics. We're flipping green on the daily MACD, and the RSI is breaking out of its downtrend here. You can see that with your eyeballs, right? You're breaking out of this lower high, lower low trend. That's nice to see. We are waiting for the fabled overbought zone to be achieved, and once we see that, we should be in this overall breakout process of this zone that we've been waiting for like 7 months, 8 months now. Very much expecting Bitcoin Cash to do phenomenal things, exceptional things in this market dynamic right now. The RSI on the monthly time frame is a bit stagnant and neutral, but with a more bullish tilt to it than a bearish tilt. But it's not absurdly bullish right here. It's a little bit neutral for sure, but it's in a more bullish position than a bearish position too, right? Like I'm glad that we're here instead of on the opposite end of this here. Stochastics look pretty bullish here. Honestly, they look very bullish here. And the MACD on the monthly time frame is bullish as hell as well. No, there's no bearish divergence. That's not what that is. we actually look like on the monthly MACD we're ready to bounce here any day now. So we'll see that happen pretty soon. I would love it, and I think a good goal to have in mind by the end of this month, in the next 14 days, 11 hours, right? It's monthly time frame here. A good goal would be to close above this month, above $600. I think we're going to do that next week. If we can stay up there and continue to climb, that'll be better. And if you really want to just slap this out of the park, get a close above $680. Let's just close above $700. Let's do it. Close above everything. Engulf this entire range. Get the lowest price of this entire range and engulf it by closing above here. That would be phenomenal. That would be off of this setup right here, guys. You don't even have to be early to the party. You could be late to the party. I mean, imagine again. Let me do this. Hold on, real quick. With this chain of thought. Imagine you're skeptical of Bitcoin Cash. Maybe you're predominantly in Bitcoin. Maybe you're predominantly in Ethereum. Maybe you're predominantly in Solana or XRP, or you're predominantly in Cash, and you're skeptical of Bitcoin Cash. And that's fair. This setup here is phenomenal. Mark my words. Mark my words. You will not, setups like this don't happen often, guys. I mean, I may have seen 3 setups like this in my whole life, where from a multi-month, multi-year, multi-cycle, lifelong process like this, maybe not even lifelong, but just like multiple cycles, like multiple presidential elections cycles, that you've consolidated and seen this. We saw it with Tesla like way long ago. I can't remember what the other one was. Maybe we saw it with like GameStop, but to the bearish effect. This is Bitcoin Cash. Maybe there's only been 2. I'm just saying it's not a common thing. This is a rare setup here. And if you're not getting in on it now, you'll definitely get in on it on the next setup, which will happen. There will be other opportunities, but even with that mentality of there will be other opportunities, this is an incredibly rare setup, you guys. It's incredibly rare. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've seen this happen like twice or 3 times. It's not that this pattern doesn't happen, but the way that this pattern is, right? You can see these kind of patterns on 4-hour time frames, daily, weekly time frames, on a monthly time frame that's lasted since 2018, the end of 2017, and now it's 2026, and we still haven't had our breakout yet. We've had all this loading time. It's spectacular. And still, even after the breakout, this month, if we close above $700, we're right here, you're still smart for buying there. This is the most forgiving, most obvious thing that you'll see. You might not buy here. Maybe you're skeptical. That's fine. If we close this month above 725, you don't got to be skeptical anymore. You know it's going. You know it's going. Because again, bullish engulfing this whole range while Bitcoin's in a bear market and everything else is going down. You're getting volume coming in. You're breaking out of this lifelong historical pattern. Something different is going on. And you can't deny you can deny it now. There's possibilities here. There's skepticism. I mean, it's possible that we could go lower. Sure, time will tell. But man, if we close over $600 this month, or even better, over 700, there's really no denying I wouldn't be surprised if we closed over 700 by the end of this month. But I digress. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button. Thank you all. Subscribe. Take care. Bye bye.